Hello everybody, welcome back. My name is Mr. Rader, and in this economics video, we will be looking at the long-term decision-making case study looking at post-high school plans. And in this scenario, Casey has two friends, Noah and Robin, and they're trying to figure out what to do when they graduate high school. Should they apply and attend college, or should they go into the workforce full-time? Noah would like to someday become a journalist, and Robin would like to someday become a mechanical engineer. So I just highlighted those two phrases in the scenario just to set the foundation. And as a reminder, you may want to look at day 14 because in day 14, it illustrates how long it would take to pay off particular student loans for certain college majors. So in our dilemma, Noah and Robin are concerned about the costliness of senior year, and they're also worried that in New York State, 58% of college seniors who graduated in 2019 from public and private nonprofit colleges owed an average of $31,000 in their student debt workshop last week. So first thing I just want to call out, notice there is a footnote here. Whenever you're looking at any documents in your social studies classes, always look for the footnotes or endnotes because it'll tell you where the source came from, and it can give you some additional information to further your own research. So under the task, you take the perspective of Casey and you're trying to persuade Noah and Robin to decide what their high school plans ought to be. So you'll essentially be providing advice. And based on your teacher's directions, you may be offered different ways to do this. It could be written advice for financial advice, it could be audio advice. Perhaps similar to what you did in your participation in government classes when recording a podcast, or it could even be a video message to Noah and Robin as well. So in this task, you will have to choose at least one additional source to cite in support of your reasoning. And what you'll want to do is apply cost benefit analysis to think about different alternatives. And as you'll see in the cost benefit analysis matrix, this can be done in the short term, the midterm, or the long term. In terms of thinking about the various trade-offs and opportunity costs that are involved for Noah and Robin. You'll want to be able to explain how this is essentially an economics problem, and you'll construct an argument essentially for your financial advice using the terms and citing evidence as necessary to support your reasoning. So on pages 2 and 3, we see all the economics terms that we've looked at in this unit of study. And in the annotated bibliography, you'll see very short descriptions of the articles themselves. You'll choose one, and in that one article, you'll read it and then use that information to support your case. So in the cost benefit analysis matrix itself, yours will look a little different. The blank template doesn't include all the alternatives, and the costs and benefits are not pre-highlighted for you. But in this dilemma, Noah and Robin are debating whether they should apply to college this year or take some time to work and earn money to put toward their college costs. As their friend, they look to you for advice. So in terms of the alternatives, I broke it down into two options. So option one is go to college, and we look at the benefits and costs in the short term, medium term, and long term. And we want to think about these costs and benefits in terms of what we lose or gain by making these alternative decisions. And breaking it down, we could think about it in terms of time, social accolades, health, and money. And you'll notice that on both page 1 and page 2, I filled in the medium term. I would recommend you use other examples, but I use that so that you would have something to kind of see just an example in terms of how you might fill out this cost benefit analysis matrix that you could then use to set up your advice for your friends. So option 2 would be working full time to save money for college. So let's take a look at how the information is included here. So if Robin and Noah decide to go to college, in the medium term, so 3 to 5 years. So we're really fast forwarding to around the age of 22. So one of the costs is that Robin and Noah would have sacrificed the potential earnings they could have made had they been working full time after high school. And again, you could always provide a second example. This one deals specifically with money, but it could have dealt with either any of the four costs that we see here. Under the benefits, we see at age 22, Robin and Noah will likely have earned their undergraduate degrees. In fact, they may earn up to 56% more than high school graduates. Abel and Dietz 2014, page 3. So now you may be wondering, well, where did this in-text citation come from? Well, in the annotated bibliography, I went with the first article. And when you go to the hyperlink, it will take you to this PDF document. by Jason Abel and Robert and Richard Dietz. And after you read the abstract, we'll scroll down and I'll show you where I took that figure from. I believe it was on page 3. I kept it highlighted so that you could see the specific example that these writers were discussing. So you'll put it in, you'll include your in-text citation. Now you may be asking yourself, wait, Mr. Rader, how do I do an in-text citation for Chicago? I don't remember how to do this, or I never learned how to do this. Well, I would recommend you go to this website. It's one of the best websites for citations when doing academic research, the Purdue Online Writing Lab. And under Chicago, there's a lot of really good information that you can use, including a sidebar which tells you all the different styles, including Modern Language Association that you may have used, for example, in your English classes, APA or American Psychological Association that you may have used in other social science courses or natural science courses, and then Chicago, which is used a lot in history. So I'm going to scroll down because in-text citations is further down on the page, but I want you to see where it is so that you can refer to it whenever you have to write a paper where you have in-text citations. So for when you have an author and date for in-text citations, you include the title and the year of publication. And that's what you would want to include for your in-text citation. All right, so to wrap up, I'm just going to take a quick look at the second page and just thinking about if Robin had and Noah had decided to work full time. Some things to kind of keep in mind, like one of the costs could be by working full time, Robin and Noah will lose the time needed to cultivate particular skill sets needed for employment in their fields as an engineer. Remember, Robin wants to be an engineer and a journalist, Noah. And then some of the benefits, right? We have Robin and Noah will have real life experience working for an employer and will have developed interpersonal skills by working with clients, having that real world experience. All right, so that'll do it for today's video. I hope this helps you help Casey make good financial decisions for their friends. All right, everybody have a good day.